Okay, let's talk about car prices right now because we know they're still pretty high, especially with the interest rates as high as they are. And if you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, it may be out of reach.
You think buying used saves money? It doesn't, unless you know what to avoid. Across dealerships and resale lots, dangerous cars are being sold like they're safe, officially cleared, quietly recalled. Financial landmines wearing fresh paint. And the worst part? Some of these are bestsellers, sold to smart people just like you. Which cars are burning through wallets faster than gas? Why are some models still on the road when their engines self-destruct? And how is this still legal? Because by the end of this video, you'll realize it's not just about cars. It's about how close you came to making a $10,000 mistake. Mini Cooper. Zippy handling, cheeky styling, and a premium badge made this subcompact hatchback a favorite among urban drivers. Its short wheelbase and tight cornering gave it a personality few rivals could match. Unfortunately, that charm fades fast once the ownership experience begins. Timing chain failures are a notorious weak point, often leading to catastrophic engine damage if left unchecked. Combine that with weak plastic radiator supports and known water pump failures, and you are looking at a car engineered with fragility at its core. Transmission trouble is another ticking time bomb, especially in automatic variants. Reports of erratic shifts, complete failure, and high replacement costs are frequent. Electrical issues also plague this model, with everything from power windows to dashboard electronics failing prematurely. Add in costly service intervals and tight underhood packaging, and even basic repairs become expensive. Beyond the mechanics, everyday usability poses problems. The low-slung ride height makes it easy to scrape or damage the undercarriage, while the tight interior feels cramped for longer journeys. Despite its premium image, interior materials often degrade quickly, with rattling trim and worn seat fabrics common by year 5. With an average annual maintenance cost of more than $850 and a breakdown rate higher than the segment average, this iconic compact has become a cautionary tale. Enthusiasts may still love it, but budget-conscious buyers should steer clear. If you think small cars mean small problems, wait until you meet the next disaster in disguise. Nissan Rogue. Smooth road manners, a spacious interior, and a competitive price tag helped this compact sport utility vehicle climb the sales charts. On paper, it looks like a practical choice for families and commuters alike. In practice, it is a mechanical minefield with one flaw that overshadows everything else: the continuously variable transmission system. Unlike traditional automatic transmissions, this design is extremely sensitive to fluid quality and maintenance timing. Miss a service or use the wrong fluid, and the entire unit may fail, requiring a full replacement costing between $3,500 and $8,000. Even with perfect care, failure rates remain abnormally high before the 100,000-mile mark. The problems do not stop with the drivetrain. Suspension components are prone to clunks and premature wear, giving drivers the sensation that their vehicle is falling apart. Electrical issues affect power mirrors, rear defrosters, and central locking systems. Some owners even report excessive oil consumption and blown head gaskets well before reaching midlife mileage. Inside, the design leans toward uninspired, cheap materials, minimal insulation, and a dated infotainment system offer little relief from the mechanical woes. Given the price point, far better options exist. Rivals like the Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, or Mazda CX-5 provide similar utility without the risk of catastrophic failure. Next up is a pickup that looks rugged, but drives owners straight into regret. We've done the legwork to save you from these financial traps. Hit like, leave a comment on which car you'd avoid, and subscribe for more essential tips to keep your wallet safe. Nissan Frontier. Mid-size truck buyers are often drawn to this model for its simple design, rugged styling, and solid reputation for work duty. It seems like the ideal no-frills tool for hauling, towing, or off-road excursions. Beneath that rugged look, though, lies a dated platform with serious flaws that have only grown more apparent as newer competitors raise the bar. Steering feel is vague and unnerving. Drivers frequently report a lack of connection to the front wheels, especially on highways where bump steer and rear-end twitchiness can make for a stressful ride. The rear suspension delivers a punishing experience on rough pavement, while overall ride comfort is far behind rivals like the Honda Ridgeline or Toyota Tacoma. Technology, or the lack thereof, is another problem. Most trim levels lack basic connectivity features like Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Infotainment systems are bare bones, and the interior feels straight out of the early 2000s. The absence of modern safety assists further exposes its outdated engineering. Fuel efficiency does not help the situation. With four-wheel drive, it struggles to reach 19 miles per gallon combined, making it one of the thirstiest trucks in its class. As Nissan winds down production of this aging model, resale values have dropped sharply, confirming consumer doubt. What initially seems like a dependable choice quickly reveals itself as an uncomfortable, under-equipped, and inefficient pickup that fails to deliver long-term value. From underwhelming to over-engineered, the next car takes excess to a new low. BMW X5. Refinement, prestige, and performance define this luxury sport utility vehicle. With muscular engine options, a sleek interior, and badge recognition that carries weight on any road, it is easy to see the appeal. However, that first-class appearance conceals a laundry list of problems that turn ownership into an expensive burden. Major recalls hit critical systems during these model years. Brake assist malfunctions affected stopping distances and driver confidence. Rearview camera failures compromised visibility during parking maneuvers. Fuel system defects added a layer of risk, leading to potential leaks that could pose a fire hazard. These issues are not just frustrating, they are safety critical and can lead to thousands of dollars in repairs if caught outside the recall window. Visibility is another pain point. Oversized roof pillars, undersized mirrors, and high belt lines create enormous blind spots. For a vehicle designed for urban sophistication, its visibility challenges feel glaringly out of place. Add to that a complex electrical system, and routine diagnostics can turn into extended dealership stays. Owners also report frequent problems with power tailgates, infotainment freezes, and electronic key recognition failures. Each fix often comes with a premium price tag, and labor costs are significantly higher than segment averages. Even luxury buyers begin to question the value proposition when reliability consistently underperforms. Think that was expensive? The next one makes you pay even more for even less reliability. Fiat 500L. European flair, compact size, and a low sticker price give this hatchback a quirky, approachable personality. It wears a playful face and promises efficiency with urban practicality. However, underneath the charm lies one of the most mechanically troubled subcompacts of the last decade, an unfortunate blend of poor engineering and unreliable electronics. Transmission failures top the list of complaints. Sudden stalling, hard shifts, and complete gear disengagement have been frequently reported, often before the 60,000-mile mark. Engine issues follow close behind, with reports of misfires, stuttering acceleration, and even complete shutdowns. Many owners describe feeling unsafe behind the wheel due to unpredictable power delivery and laggy throttle response. The recall history is also long and troubling. Airbag sensor failures, leaking fuel lines, and defective suspension components have all triggered formal action. Combined with a below-average crash safety score, it leaves little peace of mind for families considering this as a budget-friendly commuter. Depreciation is severe. Some owners reported losing over 50% of the car's original value in just 3 years. Interior materials feel subpar, ride quality is stiff, and rear seat comfort suffers due to awkward ergonomics. Although marketed as an affordable European alternative, this hatchback fails to offer reliability, safety, or long-term value. For many buyers, what begins as a budget-conscious decision turns into a costly mistake. Speaking of poor resale, the next sport utility vehicle is the poster child for disappointment. Jaguar FPace. Striking curves, a muscular stance, and a luxurious British badge make this sport utility vehicle a head-turner. It offers a thrilling ride with available supercharged engines and a premium cabin that rivals the best in its class. Yet beyond its elegant surface lies a deeply frustrating ownership experience riddled with reliability nightmares. One of the most persistent problems is the electrical system. Owners report frequent failures in the infotainment unit, with freezing touchscreens and unresponsive controls that affect everything from climate settings to navigation. Leaking sunroofs, misbehaving stop-start systems, and faulty parking sensors further erode confidence. Even the steering wheel has been known to degrade, literally with adhesive from the material oozing in high temperatures. Under the hood, oil leaks and unexpected check engine lights are more common than they should be in a vehicle at this price point. Several recalls have targeted drivetrain and emission control components, often leading to dealership visits that stretch for weeks. The ownership costs pile up fast. Repair bills are frequently in the four-figure range, and even scheduled maintenance exceeds what most luxury buyers expect. Despite its impressive looks and dynamic handling, long-term satisfaction is remarkably low. In theory, this should be the perfect blend of sport and sophistication. In reality, it is a high-maintenance companion with a tendency to disappoint. From British nightmares to American misfires, let's talk about a once-beloved sport utility vehicle gone rogue. Jeep Wrangler. For off-road enthusiasts, few vehicles stir the soul like this iconic 4x4. Its removable doors, rugged frame, and unstoppable trail credibility have made it a cult favorite among adventurers and weekend warriors alike. However, the emotional appeal often distracts from a long list of mechanical and safety concerns that should give any buyer pause. Perhaps the most infamous issue is what owners call the death wobble, a violent front-end shaking that occurs after hitting a bump at highway speeds. This phenomenon has led to terrifying experiences and hundreds of formal complaints. The steering system overall is notoriously loose and imprecise, more suited to slow-speed crawling than everyday driving. Crash test performance is another weak link. Poor side impact scores and marginal ratings in roof strength and frontal impacts place this vehicle among the least safe in its class. Interior comfort is similarly lacking, with stiff seats, limited cargo space, and excessive wind noise even at moderate speeds. Mechanical reliability is well below average. Common complaints include engine failures, electrical glitches, leaking differentials, and transmission troubles. The 2018 model year alone saw over 12 formal recalls and more than 1,500 consumer complaints filed with federal regulators. The next car looks like a deal, but it is the cheapest way to waste your money. Mitsubishi Mirage. Affordability remains the main selling point for this ultra-compact hatchback. With one of the lowest new car prices on the market, it seems ideal for students, first-time buyers, or anyone looking to cut costs. That illusion, however, dissolves quickly once you step behind the wheel or try to keep the car running. Power is severely lacking. The three-cylinder engine groans under the slightest pressure, taking over 12 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour. Highway driving feels unsafe, and merging requires careful planning. Ride quality is equally problematic, with a stiff suspension that amplifies every bump and poor sound insulation that leaves the cabin loud and fatiguing. Crash safety is where things go from bad to dangerous. Low scores from both the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration place it near the bottom of its class in frontal impact and side protection. Worse still, multiple recalls have targeted the airbags and seatbelt pretensioners, casting doubt on its ability to protect occupants in real-world collisions. Mechanical issues are frequent and irritating. Common problems include misaligned doors, premature brake wear, acceleration sensor malfunctions, and electrical gremlins affecting lights and wipers. Though repairs are cheap in isolation, the frequency of issues quickly eats into any initial savings. Want to burn through $40,000 without even crashing? You will love the next truck. Rivian R1. Cutting-edge styling, blistering torque, and a fully electric drivetrain gave this all-new pickup the buzz of a tech revolution on wheels. With quad-motor power and smart storage solutions, it promised to redefine what a modern truck could be. For early adopters, it was a leap of faith, and for many, that leap came with a very steep price. One of the biggest wake-up calls came after minor accidents. In one widely publicized case, a relatively small fender bender led to a repair bill exceeding $40,000. Why? The aluminum body panels, integrated sensors, and custom components made repairs time-consuming and exceptionally expensive. Labor availability was also a challenge, as Rivian's repair network remained limited during its launch year. Beyond collisions, reliability raised red flags. Owners reported electrical system bugs, infotainment glitches, and malfunctioning door handles. Some experienced issues with the vehicle's automatic air suspension and regenerative braking behavior. Even software updates, meant to fix early problems, occasionally introduced new ones. Service infrastructure was another sticking point. With very few certified technicians and long parts wait times, simple repairs often dragged into weeks-long delays. Owners in less populated areas faced the added stress of needing vehicle transport just to reach the nearest qualified center. While undeniably innovative, this electric pickup became a case study in how complexity can backfire. The next sport utility vehicle promised rugged power and delivered pure chaos. Ford Bronco Sport. Hyped as the adventurous return of an American legend, this compact sport utility vehicle captured the imagination of buyers seeking rugged design with modern capability. It offered off-road looks, selectable drive modes, and decent on-paper specs, positioning itself as a practical weekend warrior. Unfortunately, the excitement quickly turned to frustration once these vehicles hit the road in real-world conditions. The rear differential became an early failure point, with numerous reports of loud clunks, leaks, and complete lockups, all before 40,000 miles. Compounding that issue were critical recalls targeting the brake system, including problems that affected stopping distances and created dangerous driving scenarios. Engine stalling during low-speed driving also emerged as a recurring problem, undermining gaining trust in the vehicle's reliability in both urban and off-road settings. Owners also encountered erratic shifts, throttle surges, and electrical hiccups in various subsystems. The rear suspension was plagued by improperly torqued bolts and potential detachment, which led to multiple federal investigations and service campaigns. Add in creaky interior plastics and an infotainment system prone to lag, and the overall experience feels underbaked. Despite the aggressive styling and nostalgic branding, this vehicle fell short where it mattered most: reliability, safety, and durability. Service delays, backlogged parts, and limited dealership support made the ownership journey even worse for early buyers. If you thought sport utility vehicles were bad, wait until you see the luxury car that falls apart in silence. Land Rover Discovery. Few vehicles carry the prestige and road presence of this British luxury nameplate. With a commanding stance, premium interior, and world-class off-road potential, it seems like the ideal blend of style and substance. But behind the veneer of elegance lies one of the most maintenance-intensive and frustrating vehicles in its class. Suspension problems dominate the complaint lists. The air suspension system, once praised for comfort, often sags prematurely or fails entirely, resulting in costly repairs and a dangerously low ride height. Mechanical issues extend to the powertrain as well. Engine shutdowns, overheating, and coolant leaks have all been reported across multiple model years. Electrical gremlins run rampant throughout the vehicle. Touchscreens freeze, parking sensors fail, climate control systems behave erratically. Some owners even reported phantom alerts triggering random braking events. As complexity increases, reliability suffers, and this vehicle proves the rule. Independent studies underscore the chaos. J.D. Power named it the most unreliable used vehicle in its category, while Kelley Blue Book consistently flags its high ownership costs. The luxury image may hold strong at the curb, but repair shops and tow trucks know this vehicle far too well. Depreciation is steep, resale demand is weak, and maintenance costs can reach into the thousands annually. Beneath its premium surface is a driving experience plagued by frustration and expense. Now let us look at a car that breaks down so often. Owners joke about naming their mechanic. Volkswagen Jetta. Clean styling, a comfortable cabin, and a respected German badge helped this compact sedan appeal to cost-conscious buyers who still valued refinement. It delivers a composed ride, good fuel economy, and mature road manners on the surface. Dig deeper, though, and the 2019 edition reveals a troubling list of mechanical failures and design oversights that transform it into a regrettable purchase. Transmission issues headline the complaints. Owners frequently report jerky gear shifts, loud grinding noises in both normal and economy driving modes, and hesitation when accelerating from a stop. Dealerships often dismiss these behaviors as normal, leaving drivers with unresolved problems and mounting frustration. Build quality also disappoints. Dashboards rattle over time, center consoles creak, and some models experience separation of interior trim components. The window regulators are particularly problematic. In many cases, power windows stop working entirely, sometimes in more than one door. Each replacement costs up to $200, not including labor, and the failures often recur. Consumer reports gave this model a reliability rating of just 1 out of 5. Combine that with a weak resale value and an unexceptional ownership experience, and it becomes clear that the 2019 Jetta was not engineered for the long haul. If German engineering let you down, the next American truck will test your patience and your wallet. GMC Sierra 1500, powerful towing capability, bold styling, and a spacious cabin make this full-size pickup truck an appealing option for both contractors and suburban families. On the surface, it appears to be a rugged, capable machine, built to handle real work and daily comfort. Dig just a little deeper, and that tough exterior gives way to a troubling pattern of breakdowns, recalls, and wallet-shredding repairs. One of the most consistent complaints involves the powertrain. Engine problems span everything from rough idling and misfires to full-on cylinder deactivation system malfunctions. Many owners have reported costly rebuilds or replacements well before reaching 100,000 miles. Brake issues are another recurring nightmare. A well-publicized recall addressed a vacuum pump failure that significantly increased stopping distance, turning what should be a dependable hauler into a rolling liability. The 8-speed automatic transmission introduced during these years brought more frustration than innovation. Shuddering during acceleration, hard shifts between gears, and total transmission failure were all too common. Add to this a weak fuel economy rating, 17 miles per gallon combined for many trims, and the ownership costs climb fast. Despite its polished chrome and confident stance, this truck's mechanical record tells a different story. Reliability ratings have consistently lagged behind rivals like the Toyota Tundra or Ford F-150, and insurance premiums remain higher due to known repair costs. Now let us talk about a car that sells well, but hides a fire hazard under the hood. Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, marketed as a revolutionary minivan that blends family practicality with fuel-saving hybrid tech, this plug-in people mover won praise early on for its comfort, versatility, and low emissions. For parents, it offered an attractive alternative to gas-only models, complete with a sleek design and a refined ride. Unfortunately, it also introduced a suite of expensive problems that turned this family vehicle into a high-stakes gamble. Battery issues were the most serious concern. So serious, in fact, that they led to multiple recalls for fire risk. Even when parked and turned off, some units posed a threat of spontaneous combustion. Owners were advised to avoid charging their vehicles in garages, and in some cases, stop driving them entirely until repairs could be made. Beyond the battery, the complex hybrid system proved fragile. Sudden shutdowns, charging malfunctions, and difficulty engaging electric-only mode were widely reported. Transmission failures were also frequent, with owners citing violent lurching, harsh downshifts, and repair costs that easily crossed the $5,000 mark. Interior features, while upscale on the surface, often broke down prematurely. Infotainment glitches, malfunctioning sliding doors, and climate control failures added insult to injury. Though Chrysler aimed to create a cutting-edge family vehicle, the result was something far less dependable. From family haulers to corporate flops, this next sport utility vehicle is a masterclass in bad decisions. Buick Encore. Compact proportions, a quiet ride, and affordable luxury branding made this subcompact sport utility vehicle a popular choice among downsizing retirees and urban drivers. It offered decent gas mileage, easy maneuverability, and the promise of upscale refinement at an approachable price. That promise, however, wears thin as the miles rack up and the problems begin to surface. Engine issues are among the most widespread complaints. Many owners experienced knocking sounds, reduced power, and full-on failure of the turbocharged 1.4-liter four-cylinder engine. Some even had to replace the engine before hitting 70,000 miles. Add in recurring oil leaks and overheating problems, and confidence in this powertrain quickly evaporates. Transmission performance is another sore point. Delayed shifts, jerking at low speeds, and outright failure have all been cited, leading to costly service bills and long dealership visits. The cabin, though marketed as premium, begins to feel outdated by modern standards. The infotainment system is sluggish, the screen resolution is low, and key safety features such as adaptive cruise control or lane keep assist are absent on most trims. Multiple recalls hit critical systems like airbags, seatbelt tensioners, and the powertrain control module. Despite relatively low resale prices, insurance rates are higher than expected due to the frequency of repairs. Now for a car that proves more horsepower does not equal fewer headaches. Dodge Durango. Muscle car aggression meets sport utility size in this full-throttle hauler, with optional V8 powertrains capable of sprinting from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 5 seconds. It offers performance credentials few rivals can match. Towing capacity is equally impressive, up to 8,700 pounds when properly equipped. On paper, it seems like a win. In reality, it is a wallet trap with wheels. Fuel economy is abysmal, with many trims averaging just 15 miles per gallon combined. Owners find themselves filling up constantly, especially during city driving. Even worse, engine reliability suffers significantly as the miles add up. One of the most costly failures involves the exhaust manifold, which develops leaks and ticking sounds that often lead to full replacement, costing more than $1,500, not including labor. Engine rebuilds for deeper issues frequently exceed $7,500. Interior quality also underwhelms. Hard plastics dominate the cabin, and infotainment systems are slow to respond or prone to freezing entirely. Despite its aggressive stance, the vehicle earns only average or below average crash safety scores, especially in side impact and rollover categories. Maintenance costs rise sharply with age, and resale values suffer due to the model's known repair history. While it delivers speed and style, this vehicle demands constant attention and frequent repairs. And finally, the car that fooled even experienced buyers into making a very expensive mistake. Range Rover Sport. Few vehicles project wealth and power like this luxury British sport utility vehicle. With its sleek silhouette, powerful engines, including a 530 horsepower twin turbocharged V8 and plush interior, it exudes prestige. But behind its premium presence lies a financial black hole that even seasoned car buyers fail to see until it is too late. Air suspension failures are not only common, they are expected. Owners report vehicles sagging overnight, leaning dangerously during turns, or refusing to self-level entirely. Repairs often exceed $3,000 per axle. The drivetrain clunks, hesitates, or locks under stress, while leaking differentials and worn transfer cases create noise and vibration that no luxury vehicle should exhibit. Engine failures can be catastrophic, with some documented cases racking up bills over $38,000. Add to that sunroof leaks that flood the interior and short out electronics, and you are left with a driving experience more stressful than serene. The infotainment system, while modern in appearance, suffers frequent bugs and lags, often requiring full system resets or firmware updates. Consumer reliability scores consistently rank it near the bottom of the luxury sport utility class. Even light-use vehicles with low mileage carry high repair costs due to complex systems, limited parts availability, and labor-intensive fixes. This is not just an overpriced truck. It is a masterclass in automotive regret. If you found this information valuable, don't forget to let us know in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you never miss the latest updates and expert advice. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.